Good morning and welcome in, everybody. As we transition into this morning's update and see what the new trading day has in store for us, I want to thank everybody for tuning in this morning. As we see XRP's right around the $2.14 mark, we've got Bitcoin just above 104,000. We've got Ethereum under 2,500, but we've got the Bitcoin dominance gaining 0.25% today. And that is not exactly the most compelling signal that we've seen, but it definitely keeps us in the right track mind thinking that this is more bearish than bullish. Seeing that we're underneath that rising wedge on Ethereum that sits just about $2,618. We're below XRP's main trend line, although we are still above the pattern breakout. It feels like to me it's just a matter of time with low volume before we get there. We'll see if in the 45 this is some kind of reversal to test farther up. We need a volume surge to stop this bearish momentum, which can happen, but as of right now, it still looks pretty ugly. From a daily perspective, we had an engulfing to the downside. That's a daily reversal along like doji from yesterday. We've made a new low today. So now it seems we're going to be hunting that $2.09 and ultimately $2.05 if we can't materialize any volume surge. This weekly could get out of control if we can't reverse it here. That's a weekly reversal as well. So we'll see how this maintains today. We'll see if we can get any kind of volume come in. But as of right now, that's what I'm seeing. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but what I'm trying to do is keep you out ahead. I've been saying this since this late December and the beginning of January that we were going to have a substantial correction in crypto with the alt tokens and even Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the only one that's not in the bear market. Everything else for the most part is. I got a message yesterday after my live. Somebody commented and said, Kyle said, the fear mongering and raging is becoming way too much lately. Well, if you got raging out of yesterday's live, this isn't the community for you. And that was a passionate plea to let you know exactly what you can do to counteract the fall in risk assets. A lot of people enjoyed that. And to think that I'm fear mongering when the markets drop some 50 to 60%. That's a baseless comment. And honestly, it's the new age mindset like that of being very soft and unaware and afraid and fearful where you don't want to hear the truth that's going to leave you behind. Good morning. 9:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So the shorts have been doing phenomenal when I do them in the morning. Yesterday got another 2,000 views. The short from this morning's right at about 1,000 views already. However, when I put a 10 to 15 to 20 minute update out, it gets about half the views of the short lately. We don't have the mind span, the mind appetite, I suppose you can say, to sit through the important videos. So I'll keep doing it the way I do it, and if you choose to show up, you choose to show up. I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and share this content so that YouTube pushes it through the algorithm. If not, no harm, no foul. You can only be as committed as you are. I can't force you into commitment, and I also can't force you to have a strong mindset and not a weak one. So you're going to come in here with some strength, or you're going to come in here playing the victim. If you don't play the winner, if you're not positive, if you're negative, if you look at everything as fearful, if you look at everything as fear-mongering, you're going to get left behind. So XRP, right now we're basically stuck. We're below that uptrend at 219. We're still above the pattern formation back test at $2.05 in real time. We're building something that could break down farther, but if we could find some volume, we could technically pull a little reversal here in the 2 hourly. But it's going to constitute having some volume here. If we could get any kind of volume surge, it could really change the dynamic of what we're looking at. But volume predicts price, and when there's no volume, it makes it very difficult to have price surges. It's a lot easier to drop the price when there's not a lot of volume, because without without buy pressure, you just turn on the selling algorithm, and it's very simplistic. Brad Garlinghouse did say something on X, and I would like to at least touch that real quick. As this is only going to be about a 10-minute update, I think that's the most I'm going to do this morning, see how it's reacted at. And then we'll see each other a little bit later as well. So Brad Garlinghouse said, for years, crypto companies have been calling on Congress to pass crypto legislation and set rules of the road. This is the first major financial bill since Dodd-Frank, the first crypto bill to pass in the Senate, which now moves to the House, a truly historic moment. Yes, it's a truly historic moment. Remember how everybody, this is my whole point. What was the reason we wanted to trade crypto? An unregulated market. Now all of my peers are calling for the overreach of the government. Like, you can't make this shit up. And that's why some people are saying that I was raging. It's not rage, it's being honest. Once the government takes control, crypto is no longer tradable. It becomes the stock market. The first time you see the crypto halted will be that time you come back to me and said, Tom, son of a bitch, I should have listened. The first time you see the government's overreach and they tell you X amount is what you can spend yearly or X amount weekly, or you can only do 3. But wait until they do this with the regulated market. I don't think any of you are ready for this. Wait until they say you can only do 3 day trades in a week. Wait till they say you can only do 3 day trades in a week. That means you could trade cryptocurrency. Right now you can buy and sell at will. Wait till they implement that, because they will in a regulated market to where you can only make 3 trades a week. Day trades, which means you could buy XRP today and sell it today for a swing trade, but you can only do it 3 times in a week, just like the stock market, which means if you buy today, you can't sell until tomorrow. Got to be a next calendar day. So the moment that happens, come to my office and speak to me in the comments. But until you see the actual overreach, don't come in here acting like this is a good thing. Don't come in here acting like you're trading crypto for government regulation. In fact, it was the complete opposite. What's the reason that Michael Saylor and all these other schlubs tell you to buy Bitcoin? Because it's got no government control. Now they're all telling you they're begging for government control. This is supposed to be an unregulated market, like casino-like environment. You keep bringing the government overreach. The scariest words in the English language is, we're from the government and we're here to help. Oh boy. You're here to help, which means I am absolutely 100% catastrophically screwed. Hey, look what Ohio did. They said you can spend up to $200 in Bitcoin and not have a capital gains hit. $200. That's what they thought of you. And it cost, what, $250 million to do that study? To find out that you can only do $200 for capital gains hit not to be effective. I mean, good luck with $200 turning you into a hero. Because if you make any substantial gain on it, you're going to get hammered. So that's what I mean. I don't want government overreach. I started trading in crypto to get away from it. And now, unfortunately, 4.5 years later, the government overreach is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, you know, that's where I stand on this. I can't really say anything more because I prefer to still be here on YouTube and not get banned. But you got to think for yourselves. If you're in this market for the unregulated nature and the casino-like environment, why are you begging for government overreach? That's my only question. You can answer in the comments whether you are offended, whether you understand, whether you're a victim or a winner. I don't really care how you respond. I can see it from a day-to-day basis. The majority of people have literally no hope. Only because they listen to the news, they can't think for themselves. They think the government's good for the overreach. And I'm just on the other end of the spectrum. I've been screaming this from the rooftop since 21. The moment government overreach is fully implemented, I'm out. That doesn't mean I might not hold something, but that means my trading abilities are over in crypto. Right now, that $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a week or every 2 weeks we can make, especially in the proper areas, that'll go away with a regulated market. Because every time the market continues to pump, they will do some kind of halt. They'll do some kind of refine to where you can only have 3 security trades a day or 3 day trades or whatever they regulate it, 3 commodity trades. So that's what I'm not looking forward to. So enjoy the market as it is. Don't let the fear set in. Enjoy the market as it is, not what it's going to become. Because what it's going to become is not what we're here for. And that's that's the warning I give everybody. So this morning right now, we're trying to have a small reversal. If we do, I would say the most logical attempt would be to try to see how we react at the 20-day at 217. Now, if we do get some sell pressure here, we're going to come down to that 205 area. There's not much to avoid it if sell pressure comes in. But what we would like to see is a move up to 215 or so, and then to try to back test this 219 and see what happens. We've already come up there a couple times. It's becoming the overriding uptrending resistance. But we'll see. A lot of stuff to be had. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I hope this update found you well. With Bitcoin, we were up a couple hundred. You know, we're sitting here right now. We held this uptrend support right now. That's a rising wedge. So if that falls, that's where it falls down to 99K or so. But we need to make sure that this rising wedge doesn't fall out. Because that rising wedge, if you play it truly, and that's the shorter one. But if you play the longer rising wedge, the technical target actually gets you down to 61,950 area, which is the back test of the cup and handle breakout. So no fear mongering here, just showing you what can happen. If you take this as fear mongering, you might want to go watch the run guys or something, because they might be more fitting to lie to you all day. So, and then the golden cross on Ethereum, below the rising wedge, above the golden cross 200-day, but not the 20-day. But it seems to me that we need to come down and create this inverse right arm, just like with Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin comes down to, let's say it holds 91,870, where the CME gap is on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, that's where Ethereum can come down and hold that 2100 layer. So that's what I got. Have a blessed day, everybody, and I'll catch you on a later update.